Most people don't realize that blackheads aren't dirt, they're oxidized oil stuck deep in the pores, and with the right technique, you can soften and loosen them instantly. As a dermatologist, I see so many people struggling with stubborn blackheads on the nose and T-zone, and most of the time they're doing the right thing with the wrong method. Blackheads form when excess sebum mixes with dead skin cells inside the pore. When that material reaches the surface and is exposed to air, it oxidizes and turns dark. That's why it looks like dirt, even though it's really just your skin doing what it normally does, producing oil. The nose, forehead, and chin are the most common areas because these regions have a higher concentration of sebaceous glands. More oil production means more chances for buildup, and when that buildup hardens, it becomes difficult to remove without irritation. Most people try squeezing, scraping, or using harsh tools, but aggressive extraction can damage the skin, stretch pores, and lead to redness or scarring. Dermatologist-approved blackhead extraction always starts with softening, not squeezing, because a softened plug slides out easily with minimal trauma. That's where the Vaseline and oil method comes in. When you apply Vaseline, you create occlusion. Occlusion traps heat and moisture against the skin, softening the hardened sebum inside the pore. Adding a lightweight facial oil helps dissolve the surface layer of oxidized oil, making the plug more flexible. This combination works because it mimics what dermatologists do during in-office extractions: warm, hydrate, and soften before removing anything. It's a gentle, effective form of blackhead removal at home, and it gives you instant blackhead softening without the risk that comes with aggressive squeezing. In this routine, I'll walk you through each step: cleansing, using the occlusion method with Vaseline for blackheads, gentle removal techniques, post-care to protect the skin barrier, and simple habits to prevent blackheads from forming again. Have you ever tried any home method to remove blackheads instantly? Tell me in the comments, did it work or not? Before you begin the Vaseline and oil method for loosening blackheads, the very first step is proper cleansing. This part of the routine is more important than most people realize. When you're about to use occlusion, you want the skin to be clean so you're not trapping surface oil, sunscreen residue, or environmental debris underneath. If those materials stay on the skin during occlusion, they can mix with sebum in the pores and make congestion worse instead of better. Deep pore cleansing before occlusion also allows the heat and moisture created by Vaseline to work more efficiently, softening the hardened plug inside the pore rather than the surface layer of dirt or product sitting on top. The type of cleanser you choose can make a big difference in how effective the overall routine becomes. For people with oily or combination skin, a gel cleanser is often ideal because it removes excess surface oil without stripping the skin. It provides a clean base for the rest of the blackhead prep routine and prevents the occlusive layer from slipping around or feeling heavy. If you wear makeup or waterproof sunscreen, starting with an oil cleanser can be extremely helpful. Oil dissolves oil, so this step melts down stubborn sunscreen filters, wear products, and anything that might sit on the skin and interfere with pre-extraction cleansing. Many dermatologists recommend oil cleansing as the first step because it's gentle and reduces the amount of friction needed to remove debris. A salicylic acid cleanser is another option, especially if you deal with frequent blackheads. Salicylic acid penetrates into the pore lining and helps break apart the mixture of dead skin cells and sebum. Using it during this prep step doesn't extract the blackheads, but it helps loosen them and reduces the risk of future buildup. The key is using it in a cleanser form rather than a leave-on treatment right before occlusion. Leave-on exfoliants can be too strong when combined with Vaseline because the occlusion can drive active ingredients deeper and potentially irritate the skin. A cleanser with salicylic acid rinses off, giving you the benefits without increasing sensitivity. While cleansing is essential, over-cleansing is one of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to get rid of blackheads. Stripping the skin barrier by washing too aggressively or using harsh products signals the skin to produce more oil as a protective response. More oil means more buildup, and more buildup means more blackheads. The goal is always balance. Your skin should feel clean, not tight or squeaky. When the barrier stays intact, pores behave more predictably and extractions become safer and more effective. A simple dermatologist-approved pre-extraction cleansing routine looks like this. Start with either a single gentle cleanser or a two-step cleanse if you're wearing makeup or sunscreen. Massage the cleanser into the skin for about 20-30 seconds, focusing on the nose, chin, and any area where you tend to see blackheads. Rinse with lukewarm water. Hot water can irritate the skin, and cold water doesn't remove oils effectively. After rinsing, pat the skin dry with a clean towel. Avoid rubbing. Friction can cause redness, especially when you'll be doing additional steps afterward. Once the skin is dry, you're ready to move into the actual Vaseline and oil blackhead prep routine. The skin should feel refreshed, slightly hydrated, and free from residue. This cleansing step sets the foundation for everything that follows, especially when you're working towards safe at-home skin prep. If the skin is not properly cleansed, the occlusion layer won't work as intended. Instead of softening the oxidized plug deep within the pore, it may simply seal in dirt or leftover makeup. Proper cleansing ensures the occlusive environment created by the Vaseline can target the actual blackhead. It also reduces the risk of breakouts that can happen when products trap bacteria against the skin. Deep pore cleansing doesn't mean aggressive cleansing. It means smart cleansing, choosing the right formula, using it gently, and preparing the skin for a safe, dermatologist-approved extraction process. With clean skin, the Vaseline and oil method works faster, more consistently, and with far less irritation. And when the pores are properly prepped, the blackheads loosen more easily during the extraction step, making the entire routine smoother and more effective. Do you usually cleanse with one step or two? Comment below, one cleanse or double cleanse. The Vaseline and oil method works because it changes the environment inside the pore in a very controlled, gentle way. A blackhead is made of oxidized sebum mixed with compacted dead skin cells. Over time, this material becomes firm and dry, almost like a tiny plug of hardened wax. When the skin is cold or dehydrated, that plug stays tight inside the pore, which is why squeezing often doesn't work and usually causes redness or damage. Occlusion with Vaseline changes that. When you apply a thin layer of Vaseline, you trap your natural skin heat and moisture against the surface. This warming effect softens the keratin that holds the plug together and loosens the hardened sebum. Dermatologists use similar techniques in clinics: hydrate, warm, and soften before attempting any extraction. This is what makes the method an instant pore softening technique rather than a harsh extraction method. The second part of this routine involves applying a lightweight oil on top of the Vaseline. This works because oils dissolve other oils. In chemistry, this is often described as like dissolves like. When the oil sits on top of the occlusive layer, it slowly seeps into the upper part of the pore and loosens the oxidized sebum at the surface. The combination of heat from occlusion and the dissolving power of the oil makes the entire plug more flexible, helping it slide out easily during the gentle removal step. Many people are surprised at how much softer the blackheads feel after this method, but it's simply physiology and chemistry working together. Instead of forcing the pore open, you're encouraging the plug to loosen on its own. A lot of people worry that Vaseline clogs pores, but that's a common misconception. Vaseline is non-comedogenic, meaning that the molecules are too large to enter the pores. When used temporarily, especially in a controlled blackhead removal routine, it does not cause breakouts. Its purpose here is not to moisturize the skin, but to create a warm, sealed environment so the sebum inside the pore becomes more pliable. Dermatologists often recommend occlusion as part of healing the skin barrier, hydrating extremely dry areas, or prepping the skin for treatment. In this routine, the occlusion simply helps soften the blackhead without damaging the pore walls. Applying the Vaseline and oil method correctly is simple. Start with clean, dry skin. Take a tiny amount of Vaseline and spread it evenly over the area you want to treat, usually the nose, chin, or forehead. You don't need a thick layer, just enough to create a seal on the skin. Then take a few drops of your chosen oil and gently massage it on top of the Vaseline for a few seconds. Once the products are layered, leave them on the skin for about 10-15 minutes. During this time, the occlusion traps warmth and the oil starts dissolving the oxidized sebum. After the waiting period, gently wipe the area with a soft tissue or cloth. The goal is not to scrape or rub, but to clean away the softened surface layer so the pores are ready for gentle removal. There are a few mistakes to avoid to make sure the process stays safe and dermatologist-approved. Don't rub the skin aggressively at any point. The pores are already warm, and friction can lead to broken capillaries or irritation. Don't leave the occlusive layer on for hours. More time doesn't mean better results. Too much occlusion can make the skin feel congested. Avoid applying the method alongside strong actives such as retinoids, benzoyl peroxide, or exfoliating acids. Because occlusion increases absorption, mixing these products can cause sensitivity or redness. And finally, don't use oils that contain fragrance or heavy essential oils, as these can irritate the pores when used under occlusion. When done correctly, the Vaseline for Blackheads method is a safe, effective dermatology-approved occlusion technique that supports the oil cleansing method and helps loosen stubborn plugs without squeezing or scraping. It's a gentle way to help the pores release buildup without damaging the skin barrier, and for many people, it becomes a reliable part of their at-home routine for managing congestion. Have you heard the myth that Vaseline clogs pores? Comment why yes or no. Let's clear it up. Once the blackhead has been properly softened using the Vaseline and oil method, the next step is safe removal. This is where many people make mistakes by squeezing too hard or using their fingernails, which can damage the skin, leave redness, or even cause scarring. Dermatologist-approved blackhead extraction always starts with knowing when the blackhead is ready. After occlusion, the hardened plug becomes more pliable, and the surface may appear slightly raised or easily slide when you apply gentle pressure around it. If the plug resists movement, it's not ready yet. Forcing it can injure the pore and surrounding tissue. Patience is key. The goal is gentle, effective pore clearing rather than instant gratification. There are several safe methods for removing blackheads at home. Cotton swabs are often the most accessible option. Wrap one swab around the blackhead and press lightly on either side of the pore, moving gradually toward the center. This helps guide the softened plug out without putting excessive pressure directly on the pore. Tissues can also be used in a similar way. Fold a clean tissue into a small square and press lightly on both sides of the blackhead. If you have a clean metal extractor designed for dermatology use, you can position the loop over the blackhead and apply minimal, controlled pressure. The key is that the pressure is gentle and uniform, allowing the pore to release the content naturally without tearing the skin. Different areas of the face respond differently to extraction. The nose often has the largest pores, and blackheads there can come out with very minimal pressure once softened. Cheeks and chin can be more sensitive because the skin is thinner and more prone to redness. When removing blackheads from these areas, it's even more important to use gentle tools and avoid aggressive pressing. Remember that even a single aggressive attempt can create broken capillaries or post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, which can take weeks to fade. Minimal pressure decreases the risk of these side effects while still effectively clearing the pore. Sometimes, despite softening, a blackhead simply won't budge. This is normal. It may be deeper in the pore, or the plug may still be too firm. In these cases, it's best to stop rather than risk irritation or scarring. You can repeat the occlusion process for another 10-15 minutes or leave the area alone for a day or two before attempting removal again. Safe blackhead extraction is about timing, technique, and respecting the skin's natural response. Forcing a stubborn blackhead is rarely worth the potential damage. After the removal, you'll notice the pore feels clearer and the skin looks smoother. Minimal redness is normal, but it should subside quickly following this step with gentle post-care, like a light, non-comedogenic moisturizer or a soothing toner, supports the skin barrier and reduces the risk of future congestion. By combining the Vaseline and oil softening method with controlled, gentle extraction, you're practicing a dermatologist extraction method that is both effective and safe for at-home use. Blackhead removal at home doesn't need to be aggressive or painful. The combination of softening, careful observation, and minimal pressure allows for gentle pore clearing while protecting the skin. Over time, following these steps consistently can reduce the frequency and severity of blackheads, keeping pores cleaner and skin healthier without causing irritation or long-term damage. Be honest, have you ever pressed too hard trying to remove a blackhead? Comment guilty or not guilty. After safely removing blackheads, the next crucial step is post-care. Many people underestimate how important this phase is, but it's essential for protecting the skin barrier, minimizing redness, and preventing new congestion. When a blackhead is extracted, even gently, the surrounding skin can be slightly inflamed. Applying calming barrier supportive ingredients helps the skin recover quickly and reduces the risk of irritation or post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Ingredients like niacinamide, aloe vera, Centella asiatica, and panthenol are all dermatologist-approved for post-extraction skincare. Niacinamide helps regulate oil production and soothe inflammation. Aloe vera provides immediate cooling relief. Centella promotes skin healing, and panthenol hydrates the skin while strengthening the barrier. One of the most common mistakes after blackhead removal is using harsh treatments too soon. Acids, scrubs, or retinoids should be avoided immediately after extraction because they can exacerbate irritation. At this stage, the skin is in a sensitive post-procedure state. Using exfoliating or active ingredients too soon can damage the newly exposed pore walls and slow the healing process. Instead, the focus should be on calming and repairing. Applying a gentle moisturizer with barrier-repairing ingredients or a soothing serum keeps the skin hydrated, seals in the healing environment, and reduces redness. This approach not only protects the barrier but also helps maintain the results of the blackhead extraction, preventing pores from refilling too quickly with new debris or sebum. Post-extraction care also influences the appearance of pores. When the skin barrier is healthy and hydrated, pores appear smaller and less congested. Proper post-care ensures that the pore walls remain firm and elastic, reducing the likelihood of future blackhead formation. Think of it as reinforcing the walls of a tunnel after clearing out debris. A well-supported pore is less likely to trap oil or dead skin cells. Over time, consistent post-extraction, skincare contributes to smoother skin texture and a clearer complexion, reinforcing the benefits of the Vaseline and oil softening routine combined with gentle removal. A simple barrier repair routine after blackhead extraction could include a gentle cleanser if needed, followed by a calming serum or gel containing niacinamide, aloe, or centella, and finishing with a light, non-comedogenic moisturizer. This routine supports healing, minimizes redness, and strengthens the skin's natural defenses. Avoid layering multiple actives and give the skin at least 24 hours to stabilize before returning to stronger exfoliating or retinoid-based treatments. This careful approach ensures that your pores remain healthy, your skin looks calm, and the risk of post-extraction irritation is minimized. In addition to products, lifestyle habits also play a role in post-care. Avoid touching the treated area with unwashed hands, refrain from heavy sweating or heat exposure for a few hours, and ensure you are using clean towels or tissues when patting the skin. These small measures help maintain the integrity of the skin barrier and protect the freshly cleared pores. Proper post-care is not just about calming redness, it's about preserving the results of your hard work and giving your skin the best chance to heal effectively. By following a careful dermatologist-approved post-extraction skincare routine, you can enjoy smoother, clearer skin while preventing future blackhead formation. Does your skin get red easily after doing extractions? Comment red or no red. Once you've mastered safe blackhead removal and post-care, the next step is long-term prevention. Removing blackheads at home is only part of the process. Without consistent maintenance, pores can become congested again. Dermatologist-approved strategies focus on keeping pores clear, balancing oil production, and gently encouraging turnover without irritating the skin. Harsh or overly aggressive solutions often do more harm than good, so a consistent, thoughtful routine is the most effective way to prevent blackheads long-term. One of the most effective tools for keeping pores clear is salicylic acid. This beta-hydroxy acid penetrates deep into the pore lining and helps dissolve excess sebum and dead skin cells before they form a plug. Using a gentle salicylic acid cleanser or toner once or twice a week as part of your weekly pore maintenance can help unclog pores naturally. It's important not to overuse it, as too much acid can irritate the skin and trigger more oil production, which can worsen blackheads. Proper moisturizing is another essential strategy. Many people skip moisturizer when they have oily or combination skin, thinking it will prevent blackheads. In reality, moisturized skin regulates oil production more effectively. When the skin barrier is healthy and hydrated, sebaceous glands don't overcompensate by producing excess sebum, which reduces the likelihood of pore congestion. Using a lightweight, non-comedogenic moisturizer daily is a simple, dermatologist-approved step that supports both skin health and long-term blackhead prevention. Retinoids are also a cornerstone of pore maintenance. These vitamin derivatives increase cell turnover, helping shed dead skin cells before they can mix with sebum and form plugs. Incorporating a gentle retinoid into your nightly routine, even a few times a week, can dramatically reduce blackhead formation over time. Start slow to avoid irritation and always follow up with a moisturizer to maintain the skin barrier. Retinoids work best consistently. It's not about applying them aggressively, but about regular, steady use. Clay masks provide another preventive benefit. Once or twice a week, a clay mask can absorb excess oil and impurities from the pores. The gentle suction effect helps maintain clarity in the nose, forehead, and chin areas, where blackheads tend to form most frequently. While clay masks are effective, they should be used as a complement to cleansing and not as a replacement for the foundational steps of your routine. The overarching principle of blackhead prevention is consistency rather than harsh solutions. Daily pore maintenance, gentle cleansing, proper moisturization, weekly salicylic acid use, occasional clay masks, and periodic retinoid application all work together to keep pores clear and skin healthy. Aggressive scrubbing, frequent extractions, or harsh chemical treatments can damage the barrier, trigger inflammation, and paradoxically increase blackhead formation. By approaching prevention methodically, you reduce the likelihood of recurring congestion and maintain smoother, clearer skin. Over time, a consistent dermatologist pore routine not only prevents blackheads long-term, but also improves overall skin texture and resilience. The key is patience and balance. The most effective methods are gentle, repeatable, and integrated into your regular skincare regimen. With these strategies, you'll find that blackheads become less frequent, easier to manage, and less disruptive to your daily routine. When it comes to maximizing the effectiveness of the Vaseline and oil method for blackhead removal, pairing it with the right oils and tools can make a noticeable difference. Choosing products that are gentle, non-comedogenic, and dermatologist-approved ensures the process remains safe while enhancing results. Not all oils or tools are created equal, and using the wrong ones can lead to irritation, clogged pores, or even broken capillaries. For oils, the key is using ones that complement the occlusion created by Vaseline without adding extra risk of clogging. Jojoba oil is an excellent choice because its molecular structure closely resembles natural sebum, allowing it to penetrate and help dissolve hardened blackheads without disrupting the skin's balance. Squalane is another favorite. It's lightweight, non-greasy, and highly hydrating, making it ideal for sensitive or acne-prone skin. Mineral oil has been used safely in dermatology for decades and works effectively to dissolve surface sebum when applied over Vaseline, making extractions smoother. Using any of these oils ensures the pore softening step is efficient while maintaining the integrity of the skin barrier. The right tools also play a crucial role in safe blackhead extraction. Cotton swabs remain one of the simplest and most controlled methods for gently pressing out softened plugs. Comedone extractors, when cleaned and used correctly, provide precise pressure to coax out blackheads without damaging the surrounding tissue. Silicone pore brushes are optional but helpful for lightly massaging the area and distributing the oil evenly during occlusion. Gentle, supportive tools are preferred by dermatologists because they allow controlled extraction without the trauma associated with aggressive scraping or unsterile implements. There are a few optional add-ons that can enhance the routine. A warm towel applied before occlusion can increase the efficacy of the Vaseline and oil method by further softening the pore contents. After extraction, hydrocolloid patches can help protect the cleared pores and absorb any residual oil or sebum, promoting healing and reducing redness. These are particularly useful for more sensitive areas or larger blackheads. Equally important is knowing what to avoid. Pore vacuums may seem convenient, but they often apply uneven suction and can damage the skin or stretch pores. Abrasive scrubs and metal scraping tools are another common mistake. These can tear the skin and cause long-term issues like hyperpigmentation or scarring. Dermatologists consistently recommend avoiding aggressive devices and focusing on gentle, controlled methods that support the skin rather than traumatize it. A Dermatologist-Approved safe pore extraction kit combines clean cotton swabs, a sterilized comedone extractor, and the right oil for your skin type. This combination ensures that each step of the Vaseline and oil method, from occlusion to gentle removal, is performed effectively and safely. Pairing it with optional supportive items like a warm towel or hydrocolloid patches can improve comfort, reduce irritation, and make the process easier to follow consistently. Choosing the best oil for blackheads depends on your skin type and sensitivity. Lighter oils like squalane are ideal for oily or combination skin, while jojoba mimics natural sebum and can help regulate oil production. Mineral oil is safe and effective for most skin types, particularly when you want a straightforward, reliable solution. When combined with the right tools, these oils enhance the Vaseline method, making blackhead removal at home both safe and efficient. Which oil do you think works best for your skin, jojoba, squalane, or mineral oil? Comment below.